Star and make sure say everything work according to how man say everything for work, see? Take back yourself and bring back yourself in a one piece. Make sure say you reach. Hear me? Drop this Arizona round. I want you to carry this on the road for me. And don't take no time from the body. Just do what me tell you for the Star and make sure say everything work according to how man say everything for work, see? Take back yourself and bring back yourself in a one piece. Make sure say you reach. Hear me? Lord of mercy. Hey, Lord of his mercy. Lord of mercy. Driver. Don't stop at all. Drop this Arizona round a Albemarle. Driver. Don't even itch. Collect a little food there and come back quick. Driver, just remember the damn speed limit. Cause if you're running the feds, my friend, that is it. I've got an Excel phone and a singular chip. Any problem you can reach me on this. I pounds them and buy when a tons man a ship. Green like grass, brown like chocolate. FedEx and UPS I make several trip. And me life savings are right on this. You can drink and beer but don't you dare burn a split. Listen to the marijuana make your light uplift. Even though it compress and tie down in a plastic. Don't deliver it and going up drastic. A barrel gun me bust and me and you know we can't stick. Me want change me zinc and put up the chroma stick. Tired receive Red Bull a straight hypnotic. So driver, me say don't stop at all. Drop this Arizona round a Albemarle. Driver, me say don't even itch. Collect a little food there and come back quick. Driver, just remember the damn speed limit. Cause if you're running the fence, my friend, that is it. I beat this man a rum in and a but now because my girl want wear Victoria's Secret dress. Some no love here so you feel put in pampas. Billy a informer with federal charge. Remember, don't care nobody in me yard. So what me love and me no respect coward. I dep on a mission man hustling hard. No get to you through them and suffer and starve. Hustling ability we learn that a yard. No feel your brain big, no bother drag yard. The last boy when try that dead like that. Sell off when you have a make we set you record. Driver, me say don't stop at all. Track this Arizona roll a Albemarle. Driver, me say don't even itch. Collect the little spenny and come back quick. Driver.
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the program for today. And today is Monday, the 24th of January 2022. Monday the 24th of January 2022. Yes, and here we are back together again after a weekend, maybe some days of rest or days of different activity. Good to be here. Now you know that the animals in the zoo, they are poor. Yes, the animals in the zoo, they are poor because they are caged up and them not have them land. Them not have them land. Them poor. And even the bird in the zoo can fly free. So they are poor. No matter all the lion we say, go up a Hope Zoo, I go in the zoo in the world, they say lion. And them a give lion big title, King of Beasts. Life not organized, for no animal rule over other animal or one animal inside of them. Set them a rule over all others. But human being conceive of them thing they call animal king of beasts. Human imagination. And even now when the lion cage up in the zoo, them a put title upon him cage. So him a king of beasts. Not even human on a royalty over the animal them on earth. Human being imagine human being to be royalty over the other animal them on earth. And to be the rulers of animals and rulers of life. Imagine human being the rulers of life. Life is creator. Life is God. Life is good. And human being manage themselves to be more life on earth. A joke. We're going to come back around to several other things where you might want to discuss, but hear this now. The people with land, hardly have time to care about the people who don't have any land. Them so busy with land. Because land will take up all your time. Some people don't really take up them time with them land. Them have other people working for them. But land will take up all your time. You don't have no time to care about other people who don't have no land. So the people with land are usually separate from the people without land. And I don't have time to have no concern about the people without the land. And that is how human nature has manifested and played out most of the time. That to those who have enough plenty land, not much concern about the landlessness of the majority. Otherwise, them themselves said, no, them all get poor too and get landless if them have time to go visit busy or business about who don't have the land. So look at it here now. There's some Maroon leader. You have several Maroon communities in Jamaica and several in other islands and other parts of the world, all over the world. You have Maroon communities. Or some Maroon leader in Jamaica. I understand that they was getting together to meet amongst themselves. And there was some difficulty agreeing on certain things. And some of the things, eventually some of them start announcing them want to meet with the Prime Minister of Jamaica because them get afraid. Them want to meet with the Prime Minister of Jamaica because them get afraid. Like most of the Africans in Jamaica, them get intimidated over the last few hundred years. And them get afraid and them start signal to the Prime Minister in Jamaica, that they don't want to offend him and him queen. When I say him queen, I mean him wife. I mean him queen where him under when bow to. Him queen, the Queen of England. Some of the Maroon leader in Jamaica start signal to the Prime Minister of Jamaica, in Jamaica, that them don't want to offend him and him queen. And the next thing you hear, 3 or 4 of them go meet with him and left out one of the Maroon leader. Left out one. Well, I hear and I suspect. Said them deliberately left out that one, but I don't know, so I better say nothing. I wait. Well, it turned out that them not only deliberately left out that one, they were instructed by the Prime Minister, the Queen of England in Jamaica, to left out that one there. And them comply with the Prime Minister of the Crown Land in Jamaica, because that's all him is. The Prime Minister in Jamaica is just Prime Minister for the Crown Land in Jamaica. That is what him, that's the purpose for him serve. To work for the Crown of England and keep the Crown Land for the Crown of England, and him and the other servants of the Queen of England, them can loot it sometime if they want. They can loot some of the land and loot some of the money. That is the pay what them get. They are free to loot. From the beginning of Jamaica, conquest by England, Britain, the head of the government in Jamaica, or the tail of the government in Jamaica, Henry Morgan, that was the authority them get from England. You go and run Jamaica as a crown land for England, and you go and loot and pay yourself. And that's how they became super rich. The pattern set from that time of how them get super rich, the heads of the government in Jamaica for the crown of Britain, get rich by being authorized to go and loot. And also to go and loot. Go and loot and attack any of the enemies of the crown of England. Attack them. So the governor of Jamaica, or him get the job, you know. Him start sailboat. He was an ordinary seaman. But him show ability so him can sail out and go loot. And him sail out and go loot the Spanish place them all over the Caribbean. Go loot them and bring back the riches come at Jamaica. Bring it back at Port Royal. That's how Jamaica becomes so rich and valuable to England. Because it was the headquarters of looting, and bring back all the loot. Come pack up at Port Royal, especially gold, precious metal and everything precious where the Spanish have pack up all over the Spanish main, that are the mainland of South America and North America and the piece of land that connects Latin and South America. And that is the beginning of the garrison system, where the JLP and the PLP survive off and how them loot Jamaica. You saw, some of you might have seen the second part of the interview with Renata Adams and Profile yesterday, where them tell you him difficulty in bringing about law and order in the garrison them, where the JLP and PNP set up. Now, Renata Adams was close to the PNP, but they encounter the same problem both with PNP and JLP. The garrison of them set up as republic. The garrison of them set up as sovereign state. The PNP set up some garrison as sovereign state inside of Jamaica. We not take no orders from Jamaica. What of them get orders to Jamaica? How the JLP did run Jamaica and have it cornered for a while is by having them garrison first Bustamante, and then Siaga have them independent sovereign garrison inside of Jamaica, and them use it and dictate to the rest of the population of Jamaica. That's what Bustamante established, and Siaga carried further. The PNP established the same thing, but them never get to establish fully till 10 years after the so-called independence, when them get a chance from Britain to run Jamaica, and them start establish for them garrison as independent sovereign state, first in a concrete jungle controlled by Spalding, and then Michael Manley try catch up by building his one garrison there over in the south, in a central Kingston. Sovereign state, where they dictate to the rest of Jamaica, and that's how them get to dictate to the rest of Jamaica, when them have them own sovereign state, who send people abroad, go loot and come pack it up. Gangsters of the JLP and the PNP go abroad, go loot and pack up the riches till them get all richer than the party. The party used to control the gangster, them till after the gangster by looting abroad, get richer than the party and start control the party. So there was a time when the gangster them control the party through them foreign riches, cocaine and ganja and all different kind of looting and scamming. But now that them turn rich man, some of the original gangster turn rich man, them join the ranks of the rich man them. So both the JLP is controlled by the rich and the PNP is controlled by the rich. It was them the same thing. The JLP well known to be controlled by the rich and serve the rich. And the PNP finally is in the clutches of the rich, without apology, in the clutches of 2 billionaires and several other millionaires. 2 billionaires, and maybe more billionaires, but you know, so 2 of them are billionaires. And them own the PNP now, like how some other billionaire and millionaire own the JLP. So, some of the Maroon chief them, just like some of the so-called Rastafari elders and representatives, and make treaty with the Labour right government, yeah, and if them get the opportunity, they make trade treat with the PNP government too. So just like how you have some Kojo type monks Rastafari who loot for themselves and make treaty with government and politicians and rich people. So the Maroons who they distinguish themselves by drawing away from the Kojo action. Some of the Maroon, you know, they distinguish themselves by drawing away from the Kojo action. When Kojo make treaty with England, but later on, plenty of them same side there, it go back, go redeem themselves by what? Working back for Britain, especially when them go capture people like Paul Bogle. And some of the same one them from the more eastern side of Jamaica, you know, where they draw away from the Kojo action. Look more them redeem themselves by go capture Paul Bogle and go keep down and hold down any rebellion by the African population and counteract the African revolution. We're bound to complete in Jamaica, bound to succeed. But I hear the Maroon Colonel, I'm start calling himself, yeah, Colonel, not no, him stop calling himself Colonel, I call himself Chief now, because I'm now on the British ranking. Because Colonel and all them, they are British creation, you know. When you get Colonel, it's like I get QC, that's a British creation, and you're moving in line with Britain. So that the Maroon elected leader in a compound now stop calling himself Colonel and now qualify himself as Chief. Him expressed since the time when them other one go betray him and meet with the wholeness. I express disgust and disappointment. And then now the other Maroon Colonel themselves now, through them leader, Sterling, go and confess now yesterday paper, say what? They did want to meet with Curry and the whole of them go meet with the wholeness. But when them go contact wholeness tell them say them feel betray Curry. And them agree for betray our Curry. Wholeness instruct them to betray Curry and come meet with him behind Curry back. And them take orders from wholeness and do it. Take orders from wholeness and do it. Alright, next thing now. All the campaign and the media, most of the media, not only in Jamaica, all around the world, most of the media are for sale and for rent. Most media is for sale and rent. Most television, most newspaper, most radio is for sale or rent. So you find say most of them usually work for the rich, because the rich can pay for advertisement. Most of them usually work for the powerful, whether they're militarily powerful or politically powerful. So you hear campaign from the little baby being abandoned by her parents, 2 police officers. The little baby being abandoned by her parents and dead in the car lock up. All you hear is a campaign by the media and by other so-called opinion leaders campaigning for sympathy, in sympathy with the father, police, and the father and mother. And not time for no sympathy, no baby. Police and government, everybody I look friend with. So they might tell you how much the father and mother suffer enough already. They mustn't suffer the consequence. They must only suffer the guilt feeling, but they mustn't suffer the consequence. We can play a piece of music for children like that little girl. We're going to play a piece of music by Oscar Brown Jr. for children like that little girl. Because their mother have life and them father have life. The policeman have life and him wife have life, and everybody has, and them have sympathy too. Whole heap of sympathy them have, and whole heap of life them have. Them soon start take up collection and give them too. But God bless the child that have them own life, and them life has not been dashed away, either by abortion or by parents like these. Let's hear it. Oscar Brown Jr. God bless the child that have them own.
Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible said, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God...
You hear what the man sing, say? Him say, them that has got will get more. Well, the mother and the father have life, and them will get more. Because people help them and them will go and live. Them now get life sentence, you know. Them will get more life. Mother may have and father may have. Them that's got will get, and them that's not will lose. I'll go here right back from the top.
Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible said, and it still is news. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God blessed the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Yes, the strong get more, while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't ever make the grade. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God blessed the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Money, you've got lots of friends crowding round your door. When you're gone and spending ends, they don't come no more. Rich relations give crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't take too much. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God blessed the child that's got his own, that's got his own.
Get prosecuted when them neglect them children and don't send them children to school. Because you know, say, people can be charged with neglect. and can be in prison and fined for not sending them children to school. Then what about people who abandon them children and cause the death of them children? And people that talk fools, I look friend with police. And I look friend with government. By prettying up this thing and I talk about say the parents them suffering. If a friend them I look. All of them wanted to be recorded that they said that. Because them I look friend with government and looking friend with police now. No citizen of any country supposed to be afraid of police. No citizen of any country supposed to be afraid of soldier, which is the national army of that country. But you know that in most countries, the citizens them afraid of police and afraid of soldier. Why? Because the soldier and police is not there to serve them. Soldier and police is there to serve the powerful and the rich. Me hear all Harris Changa talk about say if young men out there breaking the law and choose to fight the police, well him know that my officers are trained to fight well and them will take care of them. My officers. You hear my talk now? The officers of the police force is his officer. You know see Harris Changa start dressing up blue from where they are dressing up some blue denim with some coat of arms and police badge kind of thing on them. You think I asked them to make him a dress, and him had Anderson for dressing the same thing. One name Anderson where they head for the police force. Two of them are dressing the same kind of blue denim thing. Because it's a kind of police state, them want to identify them as being able to give you orders and being able to push you around. That is what them have the police here for now. Not to serve the public. To push the public around. I'm not talking about criminal now. The police intimidate the ordinary citizen. Most of the police intimidate the ordinary citizen more than how them intimidate criminal. Intimidate and scorn the ordinary people. Most of the police disdain the mass of the people them come in contact with. Disdain them. Not no respect for them. Disdain them. And look out carefully to see if it's somebody where them to take them time with. Or them can just push them around like what them push around most people. Here Adams I tell upon interview. Say him when he was dealing with traffic. Cause say and if I know say him did in a traffic division for 18 years before him turned crime fighter. When he was dealing with traffic him say him go charge some big shot and some people connected with the Labour Party. Him not tell you, him not name them, but a Labour Party man did. In the 80s, him go charge some people where a Labour Party friend them with some different traffic offense, and a big man come to him. Big man come at the station, come ask him if him can give them a chance. Well, him say him was not trained and him don't know how to give people chance. Cause him just charge people according to the law. Him said couple days after that, him get a transfer and a demotion. And under him under investigation. For what? Because him don't give some big labor right friend a chance with some traffic offense that them carry out. And him say that so them start penalizing the labor of them. And some of them start spread the argument saying him a PNP and all them. So therefore he must be penalized. Now that is the nature. And the PNP is of the same nature. The Labour might broke the PNP record, but the two of them is of the same nature. And sometimes you have some people come along who appear to be of better nature, who get involved in politics. They appear to be of better nature and people have great hopes in them. Say, why? Look like things going to get better, or, this young man or this young woman show signs that they might come change the system. But them get corrupted. Look on Fly Green. Very good impression most people have of him. Very good impression most people have of him. And looking forward to one day, them hope them get more and more authority that maybe him become one to come change the political culture in Jamaica. But him get corrupted. And most of them get corrupted for them in the same thing with the other corrupt ones them before them. But most time them don't get caught. So although them get corrupted because the JLP is like the JLP itself is well, the original, there's a living organism sometimes turn into sometimes become cancerous. A proper living organism become cancerous and diseased. So the PNP get disease. Because remember, say, anything you're going to farm, if you're even going to carry out a reform of your people, if you're going to carry out a reform of yourself, if you're even going to carry out a reform of your family, there are many who don't want you to carry out that reform or want to ride upon you. Many want to ride upon you. So whenever something new form that look like it's going to do well, there are many waiting there to jump into that thing, to get inside it, to get a free ride along your back. So from the PNP from 1938, those of the corrupt mind start to infiltrate the PNP from 1938. So right away, although it was formed by some serious people who come together for fight for Jamaica to become a nation, some corrupt one infiltrated right from the beginning, such as Bustamante, and him join it right from the beginning. And a lot of other corrupt ones come in there right at the beginning. Whenever you go, if you even start something good today, as I tell you and I warn you, you know that corrupt forces are going to try to get in there right away from the beginning. Anything you try to. If you try to form a good football team, corrupt forces going to try to get in there early. If you try to form a good track and field team, corrupt forces going to try to get in there early. If you try to form a business, anything, but that should make you stop from being determined to do the good things that need to be done. What you have to do is to be determined to eradicate out all corruption. At all times you have a maintenance, you maintain an ongoing anti-corruption operation, like how people eat good food and make them food with them medicine. And them continually taking things to clean up themselves. So right along, if it's even a business you start, if you start an organization, if you start a football team, anything you start, right from the beginning, the corrupt forces going to try to come in there. And at all steps along the way, you have to be vigilant and you have to be training along with the other people in there as a team to be always detecting treachery, trickery, and corruption. Don't fool yourself and believe that you're going to farm anything and corruption that's going to come in there right from the start. But if you are able to get it out continually, like how you are able, like how you bathe every day, or you bathe every time you get a chance to have clean water, or you're going to get dirty every day. As long as you're spending energy and exerting yourself, you're going to get dirty every day. And you wash your clothes regularly, you keep yourself clean. On an ongoing basis, a routine. You have to have a cleanup. You have to have a cleanup operation on an ongoing basis. So right away from the PNP farm, the corruption creeping there. And little by little, the corruption, it took it about 14 years for the corruption completely take over. Between 1938 and 1952, the corruption completely took over the PNP because the disease and the germ spread in there. And an epidemic take the PNP and then not even now we're right. And then afterwards, the epidemic mutate, just like how you hear a new version of Corona. The JLP was a new version of the virus, or take the PNP, the corruption virus. So you have two parts, have the same virus, and then now the two of them develop a herd immune, not immune from the virus, Them learn to live with the virus. Well, Fly Green was one of the young people who periodically come into the thing. I see him with Peter Phillips too. When Peter Phillips going at PNP, he was a young, bright hope. Young, bright hope that people say, boy, how come really straighten out the thing? But as usual, them can't straighten out the party. This party bend them up and them conform with the party. So Flight Green, him become more and more corrupted by them. Him not going there corrupt, you know, but him go become more and more corrupted by them. Till eventually, them keep a party to celebrate the fact that them is locking up people, but them can't get locked up. That's what the party was about, you know. We are lock up people, but nobody can lock we up, so we are a party here. Show our labor rights and what? It leak out. The celebration of the corruption leak out and it go viral. But Holness and him team, they know how to get those things under control. So what them do? Little more now when they tape, where them tape, them will go have them thing there. You know, said the tape, if you're going to try them and prove, so them violate deliberately. You have to show the action. And you have to go carry the tape, go to court. You know, automatically little more. The footage rub off of the camera where they take them. The footage rub off of the camera where they take them and nothing can produce in a court. And Holness and them team have advisors from police head to army head to security minister to executive at GLP to all the different ones. Sit down for some months and plan out and make some time pass. And just automatically just bringing back some of the same corrupted one where them corrupt and them corrupt him, you know. It's them corrupt him fly green and turn him in a green lizard. Them no fried green again. A green lizard that now. And did you hear over the weekend after them put him back in the same job where them did have him in before? Did you hear him talking and you realize out time one mouth that him have no compunction, no regret, no apology about what happened? You hear him talk? Now you know say him have no regret, no apology, no compunction, no sense of guilt or wrongdoing. None. So you can imagine how corrupt him is now. Anyway, let us open the lines and play some more music and we have discussion. If you feel to have any discussion, we might get some live chat today different from Thursday. The numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508 and 279-8473, 279-8473. And we're going to play a piece of music and yell a few people. But, you know, we go through the country. Somehow we go through the country together. And as usual, we start meet up back with some people who don't say long time. And we meet up with some people where it's the first time we see them and get to know them. But let's just get to the telephone. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Yeah, blessed.
Wagwan.
Yeah, man, you know?
Fine.
Yeah, man. I like where you start off for sure, you know? That's how you have to do it. You know? I can't tell you how to run a show.
Well, I get advice. I'll take advice.
Yeah, but, you know, you give them a 15 minutes good talk, you know? So it's going to call. Sometimes you have some people where don't really call, you know? But them learn by listening. You know?
Yes.
Yeah, man. As I say, Fried Green, he'd have Fried Green as a influential, you know, long, bright prospect. And I say that to say this is that one time I hear him give a speech when I share a lot to. So me him say, we'd like to change the constitution. And him say some good things in it too, and, you know, even for the debate, where him debate with Lisa and other man, you know, and
Yeah.
say this young one, you know, him look, you know, promissory.
Yeah.
But after we see him in the party thing there, you know, we kind of still say, well then, you know, sometimes man make mistakes. But then after seeing, I say him no have no remorse and him no have no apology.
No remorse.
Yeah. It just tend to show you when them people are, you know, and when really up to.
Is a vaccine them give me now, so I'm immune now. I'm immune to the criticism now. You can get the vaccine, so I'm immune now.
you know. That's what I'm not sure if, you know, when you look on the world, Jamaica is like, you know, that's really, you know. But, I just say, you know, what the journalists, let me know. There are some journalists where feel like if they speak the truth, as them talk the truth, them are going to lose friends and them are going to lose. It's just to show you how coward them is. You know?
Them are going to lose advertisement.
Yeah. And even your station at you know, Jerry. You know? May hear some journalists are give in, you know. I give in and that. Them not think on the youth, on the baby. You can imagine the amount of suffering that little baby.
Can you imagine, man? A torture that, you know.
Torture, you know. You know, and then people come and say, the thing about investigation.
Yes.
And this, that, and we have to allow the investigation to go through.
Yes, and the parents are, can you imagine how the parents are suffering there now?
Are suffering there. And the parents, there's no way the parents can suffer because maybe our insurance money them all get. You understand? So when you look on the thing, the whole thing, as we say, some people, they have not, will always in that position there.
If it left to the haves, if it left to the haves, the have not will always be in that position. But fortunately, it now got us left to the haves.
Yeah, because for me and you, and some more people, and you understand,
many more.
Allow it
for see, even a lady like Cabo there, she bring on an expose that make it much more clear things that have been going on. And how you like how some of the Maroon colonel now decide to betray them loyalty as a group of colonel and them say wholeness tell them who and who for come and who not for come and them go along with wholeness.
Alright, you know say I don't remember if I'm out of a year now. Did I interview some of them, you know, at the end. And when Muta asked them some questions, I hear the dodging.
Yes.
And we say the dodging of the question, as I say, you know, say them people are going to betray. I got betray the next colonel there, what him name there?
Corey.
And so say, so done. At that command. So, you see, you have to find that, you know. That are going to Jamaica from Henry Morgan days, as you say.
Yeah, treachery. But matter of fact, it's not just Jamaica alone. In human affairs, there are always people who are going to try to go around the unity of the disadvantage and go along with the privileged people. You're always going to find, but it's their duty. If you even have a track and field team, you know that there will be infiltration into that team and people going to start carrying information about what you're doing. Even people in that team will be betraying you from time to time. But we have the ways to detect these things if we have our awareness on at all time.
Yeah, man, you know everything has affected you, but you know, core, you know, for us, you know, you just hold them on and know where my
Yes, but at the same time now, there are things that he's supposed to do because him will realize that him need the rest of the African people. Him don't need any traitor. Is now him going to realize, or now him should realize he need the rest of the African people who some of his people let down over the years, and him need to make recompense for the letdown that some of his predecessors did. So that
I already say that.
I hope him wake up to that, you know. So just, and I mentioned it before, don't be surprised if some of the Maroon colonel go and make peace with the labor rights instead of making peace with the rest of the African people. Although we there say they must make peace with we and make up back for what them past treacherous them for some of them predecessors do. Some of them will go along with wholeness and take certain privilege. Because that wholeness want to know. Wholeness want curry. Wholeness want curry. Become curry favor with him.
Yeah.
And curry have to make up in mind whether it's wholeness him go with or him going with the rest of the African people and make peace with the rest of the African people. Because some of them one colonel, them fellow colonel, them is a traitor. So him better make up in mind whether them go along with wholeness and them or if him go with the rest of the African people. Thank you very much. I'll go to the next call. Call me back all 3 times for the program.
Yeah,
if you want. Thank you, sir. Next call. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning, Mr. Jerry.
Go on.
Rastafari. I'm not sure something now.
Yeah.
Right, cause just say, if you don't send a child go to school, they can lock you up for that, right?
Yes.
And them things are alright then. Suppose me have the ability to bring up better out of my child, having my child around me, come in and work and me do something.
Yeah.
So I can have my child around me and teach her or teach my child anything where the school I teach.
Yeah.
And make the child excel more than where the classroom I bring out of our children. Right? And I decide say, me now tell my child go out there amongst them. My child stay amongst me. Me will go to the teacher and say, teacher, tell me what you're not teaching so that you can have when I do the exam. Me will bring the child come and you can test if me teach a child and me have the child a yard a waste time.
Yes.
Right? Suppose me decide to do that because me have the ability and me know me can bring out of this one child more than what the teacher can bring out of probably the 20 people she have in her class, right?
Yeah.
I think them still have right to lock me up or fine me to do that. I think it will be right.
Once you demonstrate that you are providing for your child instruction and training and discipline, they must back off and allow you.
So me see it, alright. Because me tell my little child, you know, come here Rastafari, me not depend on Babylon for nothing. Right? Nothing. Because me can't depend on the devil for nothing. So, me tell her, I'm not interested in sending her to school, you know, but she want to go, I tell her, it's not the COVID thing, because to me the COVID thing is a scam thing. So if you want to go, no problem. And me will make you go mainly for associate yourself with children too. I mean, I'm alone there on my end. Now I pick me there and I make my people run around. Because I tell her, some playing, I see children are going around me. I don't call that play, I call that idleness.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the same system. They're good for play, but play with sense. Play where you can come up and come make yourself a man or a woman from that playing like some football, some netball. Something, you know?
Yeah.
Where you can make a living off of where you grew up instead of just there idle and chat all for fooling and all over the place. You know? I do something that make no sense to them called playing. Anyway, that is one thing now, may I say to you. Next thing now.
No, hold on. Just before you leave that. You're quite right that you're quite right, and she's quite right, that one of the advantages of social schooling is that the children learn how to get on with other children outside of the family. Yet homeschooling can provide that if you do it a certain kind of way. But you're quite right, and young as she is, you're quite right, and she point out. And it is great that you acknowledge her judgment of judging the thing and say, I would like to associate at school with other children. But at the same time, you continue to monitor it and you regulate the plane, right? Go on to the next point, please.
Yeah. Now, next thing now, as I say, you always have negative energy out there, want to infiltrate, I don't know if I use the right word, want to penetrate within any good movements are going on.
Yes, sir.
Right? To try make it harder, or to mash it up, or to infect it and bring it in a negative way.
Yeah.
Right? So, even if the I know as Mr. Jerry perform a work and set up a program, you know, say you will be here for in this body for a period of time.
Yes. But not
After
forever.
that,
But not forever.
yeah. But after that, someone else will have to carry on the responsibility to make sure that the right thing happen.
Right.
You know, and probably them can't get into you, but they might get into those who come after you.
Alright, so therefore when the movement become a little more mature, or when the business become a little more mature, or when the track and field team become, look what I go on in the MVP, is after 20 years, you start find out say other things are creeping and become a problem, and regularly the big star them are leave and thing. So as you say, after the initial first generation, the second generation might be more easy to penetrate, but it might still maintain even better security. Go on, talk.
Sure. All right. So, you know, people have to just be responsible here. Everybody have to learn to understand right from wrong, and learn to stand up with them responsibility. Until then you have to just know, feel how we come in, you know, because people not stand up with them responsibility, you know.
Yeah, man. But in the midst, part of the activity of the organization, even a business you have, part of the activity of the business, you must have some worker and some supervisor and some ordinary worker and some manager who have special ability in watching for espionage, creeping in your business and carry away your secret, or sabotaging your business so it get mashed up, or come plant all ganja in your business, or if you're doing a food business, then come put some fly in some of the package of chocolate we have wrap up. We have to go and detect the good work and the good supervisor and the good people who are always going behind the P's and Q's and doing quality control and watching for infiltration. Yeah, man.
Yeah, true, you know, because, again, you there as a good watchman, you know, I watch the program, you know, and make sure that everything corrected and everything right. But for you, Chadan, sometimes once they're well loyal to you, you know, but for you, Chadan now, them start have their own ways, and it's terribly hard. Sometimes you ask myself, how the change are going to come, you know. Because you study mankind history and nature.
Yes.
You know, sometimes, you know, tell you, my brother, it's fair way, you know.
But we have to encourage one another. Thank you very much. Yes,
yeah, man. Bless up.
Thank you very much. 11 o'clock. Let's take a break. Thank you.
We'll be right back.
When the second term of the new academic year began on January 3, Jamaican students and teachers returned with hope and expectation to a new normal. Now, several weeks on, we're visiting classrooms to witness the progress so far. Today's stop takes us to the old capital as we pay a visit to Horizon Park Primary and Infant School. I'm Vanessa Silvera and school is now in session. Principal of Horizon Park Primary and Infant School, Shernet King Nicholas, says while the students were forced to continue online learning in the first term, the administrative and ancillary staff at the school made the most of the time, remodeling and making several upgrades that took them well into the Christmas break.
We put in place a pedestrian entrance just to ensure that we control the movement of the children when they're entering and exiting the compound. And so I have to be standing at the gates in the morning just to train the children to use the pedestrian entrance.
The new entrance also served to protect the students from incoming vehicular traffic and to make the process of sanitizing and temperature checks easier. With the help of its dedicated team, the school successfully opened on January 3, welcoming students on a 2-day rotation system. All grades would show up for face-to-face classes twice per week, with the exception of grade 6. In preparation for the primary exit profile PEP exams, 6th graders are asked to attend in person 4 days per week.
The children are really excited to be at school. If you enter the compound at any time during the day, you wouldn't know that school is in session because they are extremely quiet. The teachers are doing an excellent job keeping them in the classroom. They are not out on the play field playing. You don't see them running along the corridors. They are ensuring that they are following the protocols. And I have to be refilling the hand sanitizer stations, right, on the compound. So I have to be refilling them daily, which tells me that the children are actually sanitizing and the adults are sanitizing as well.
While every effort is being made to protect students and staff, COVID-19 cases remain a major concern.
Last week, I had to call in 2 parents to collect their children. 2 children had elevated temperature, and by the following day, other parents from the class called in to say that at least 5 children were exhibiting flu-like symptoms. So I asked them to keep the children at home. For this week now, 2 members of staff were experiencing flu-like symptoms. To date, I have about 7 members of staff, so academic, clerical, janitorial, who have reported that they are having flu-like symptoms.
Upon returning a positive COVID-19 test result, staff members are asked to remain at home and to follow the quarantine and isolation protocols outlined by the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Nevertheless, some teachers have been ensuring that lessons continue despite their absence.
I really have to commend the teachers. Those who have reported that they are ill, they are at home, but they ask the children from their classes to return to the online space, so they are engaging their children while they're home, even though they are ill.
Compliance by parents and guardians remains an issue. Mrs. King Nicholas is therefore urging parents to keep children with flu-like symptoms at home, in keeping with the call made by Prime Minister Andrew Holness earlier in January.
I want to make a special appeal to parents and guardians to closely monitor their children. If you see any indication that your child is not well, please keep them at home. This is the only way we will be able to keep the infection rate down in our schools.
That's all the time we have for this leg of the journey. Tune in next time when we'll visit grade 6 classes at Horizon Park and St. Catherine Primary Schools to see how students are progressing. Until then, play your part in ensuring a full resumption of face-to-face classes. Get vaccinated so we can all get back to life.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
This is my station.
Moving. Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Bess FM, keep listening.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-time taxi service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
From anywhere at all, you can call us on 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
There will be days when you're too tired to move, to drive, but you think you have self, right? But no, you don't have to visit a car wash. 123 Mobile Car Wash will come straight to you. Yes, you heard right. 123 Mobile Car Wash is offering services in Kingston and St. Andrew and St. Catherine. We shampoo and detail cars, trucks, offices, and more. No job too small. Call us at 876-631-3400. 123 Mobile Car Wash. We come to you.
Best 100 FM encourages everyone to wear their mask, wash hands, and practice social distance. Vaccine is your choice. Be safe.
For a better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Live the life. Respect the music. And keep your radio locked in.
The Best 100 FM.
This is Madam Michelle, and I want to take time out to big up all our artists link up, kings and queens. Artists link up, one link.
When I'm in town, I tune into Best 100 FM. ALU with Madam Michelle every Monday at 6 p.m. This is the sum of the best music. This program is sponsored by Gel Music Records, Kalanji Music, and Bad Bull Productions.
Madam Michelle was born playing music
On Best FM 100.
Wagwan.
Guten Tag. Buongiorno.
We are
The Kingstones.
I think I love you best of them because you're better than the rest of them. It's so amazing how I love you best of them because you're better than the rest of them.
I feel good and I knew that I would. So good, so good, I got you. Hey, my listening crew, this is your late afternoon companion to Shikalu on your 100 FM dial. Make sure you tune in and turn up every Tuesdays from 5 until 7 p.m. for OTAWTL. That is on the ear with me, yours truly, a program that will leave you inspired, entertained, and informed with the credit giveaways each week. Street Link, where we go in the streets to find out from the people what is hot and what is not, and so much more. And guess what? You can now voice your birthday shout-outs on our WhatsApp line at 876-538-9442, and we'll play them live on air. So what are you waiting for? Turn up Tuesdays from 5 to 7 p.m. right here on Best 100 FM, the station that is sizzling every day.
Veg Print is for all your printing needs. We specialize in calendars, flyers, brochures, and more. Call us today at 968-7506. That's 968-7506. Or visit us at 4 East Bloomsbury Road, off Hagley Park Road. Veg Printers, your best choice in printing.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats. Best
Welcome back to the program here today, 24th of January, Monday, 24th of January, with 3.5 weeks gone in New Year. 3.5 weeks. The numbers are 619-1508, 619-1508, and 279-8473. Mike, good? 279-8473. Right up. 279-8473. 279-8473. Yes, boy, I see a picture of Al Miller. See a picture of Al Miller on the entertainment section. I don't know what kind of function. My tongue slip like a while. Yes, Reggae Month church service at Fellowship Tabernacle. I say Al Miller a dance with one man. But I mind himself how he dance with man, you know. I dance with Orlando Terry Long. Mind yourself, you know, Ali. Well, they might take away your gun. I said they might take away your gun. And next thing I see, it end up in a murder. You know, as a murder weapon, Al. You dance with man, they might take away your gun. And your gun will end up as a murder weapon. Murder weapon. Mind your step where you watch it, where you dance with them guy there, Al. But you dance with a girl. Mind your step and watch a girl careful to but don't take no chance with them, man. There. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing, ma'am?
Not bad at all. Just a little reflection on what is happening in Westmoreland.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up down there some long time ago. And, you know, the place was fairly peaceful. You used to walk to school. You even walk home for lunch.
Yes.
If you live a couple miles out of Savlamar, you would ride to school and ride back. I used to ride about 12 miles every day.
Wow.
And nothing like that happened, you know, this kind of barbarity. Nothing like that happened on the way. But that's a long time ago.
And what is the nature of the barbarity there?
You mean no?
Yes.
The kinds of killings that are going on. But Jerry, I don't want to just look at the barbarity now because it has a long history. Don't you remember a man named Cicero who used to own slave plantations years ago in Westmoreland?
Yes, and they put the kind of spite when you used to spite people with. Tell the people the kind of spite when you used to do.
Yes, they said that they whipped the slaves severely and rubbed pepper, salt, and lime juice in their wounds, and a number of other atrocities.
Yes, it wasn't the man who forced one African to defecate in the mouth of another African?
I think it might have been all of that barbarity.
And then when him done, not when him defecate there, them tie up the man's mouth that him cannot spit it out and have him there for days.
Yes, sir. They talk about mastery and tyranny and mastery of the white race. So that is the history lesson. But you know, when I was going to school, it was relative. I don't know, everything was taking a break. It was a little peaceful. Manning's was a good school. We had some outstanding people, but most of them had to leave to go elsewhere to find work.
Yes.
Right? There was a connection with Montego Bay even then. I remember. In Savlamar, it was more rural, more pastoral. You had incidents in Mobile, for example, of tellers and so on, thieving money in the banks. That was not as prevalent in Savlamar, trust me.
Yeah.
The scamming influence now from Montego Bay is not particularly surprising. It's just the extent of it, and quite frankly, I don't know the inner workings. But there seem to have been some influence from there as well.
Savlamar is in the orbit not only of Montego Bay but of Negril.
Yes.
And a lot of the crimes, the kind germinate and cross-fertilize between those three areas and more.
Yes, sir. I was coming to Negril because underlying all that's happening, there are some obvious things. The sugar situation has been depleted over the years, and in any event, that was more colonial and oppressive. You had institutions like Tate and Lyle coming and going as they please until the UK preferences mash up. You know, as a child, I used to watch fires, cane fires from in Westmoreland. And people used to gather around and watch this fascinating thing. And you don't know whether it was that they were burning down the cane to prepare for the reaping process, or just burning down the property of Babylon, probably the latter.
Some of the cane factory themselves used to burn.
Yes, for the reaping process, yes. That's what I'm saying. There were those, and there were also people who say, look, we're tired of this thing, we're going to burn it down.
Yes, but and hear this now.
Yeah.
The cane is a good reminder. Just like with the parting of Floyd Green and of Boris Johnson in England, the Prime Minister of England, locking down other people, but they keep in parties, and if anybody keep parties, they lock them up. Lock them down and then lock them up. Same thing with the cane fire, and same thing with firearms. They must have firearms, but you must dead. And Holness is looking popularity by talking the other day, saying anybody caught with illegal firearm must dead. Dead. But they must have firearms, and they must be. They're not their firearms are not being got illegal, you know. The firearms licenses are being sold by some of his people.
Yeah.
And now we have some security advisors advising that firearm holders now must help the police in maintaining the government in power. And that's what it's about, you know. Vigilante, police force, money man and firearm holder must join the police force in bullying the public, because it is the public who is afraid of police, you know. The ordinary citizen is being bullied and afraid of police, you know. The criminal afraid of police much, you know.
And it is so similar to the old story. The method that they use to terrorize and treat people badly to get their own ends.
Yeah.
But where is this thing coming from in a way to, you know, is what about the institutions in Westmoreland over the years? You had the church, you had the school, you had families, you had community organizations, and of course the political parties. Though you must know that Westmoreland has always been tribally PNP. I don't know, probably could have done much more. The churches, I'm not certain that they made a very good mark. But there is so much more that all of them could do together. Not only that, the people who used to live there and live elsewhere now, you know. So I just wonder, though, you know, what exactly is being done now to help this situation.
All right, I heard some people in Westmoreland recently expressing distrust of police who was extorting ordinary citizens. It's not that them extorting scammers, you know, I'm going to scammers and say, I have to give us some of the money. Ordinary citizens being extorted by a group of police and the people. You never see them article and hear them news report on TV and paper.
I have heard it, and I've seen some videos on it as well. But what exactly is being done now? Yes, the SOEs or whatever they call them, it's the first line of, I suppose, attack. But where is this social intervention that we hear so much talk about?
All right, what are the features? What are the features of the most discussed social intervention? What are the features of it?
I don't know. They usually talk about housing, but I don't see them doing much in terms of housing.
Let us try to remember what are the ideas that are usually circulated in this social intervention.
Remind me, Jerry.
Because even the army now, there's an organization moving alongside the army that claim that it's doing social work, you know. Even in yesterday's Gleaner, a whole page was dedicated to selling the idea of them doing that, you know. Social intervention, you know, making peace. Police getting friendly with youth, making peace and doing a whole lot of different activities. Social, and giving out money and some little thing and thing, right?
But you know, it must be much more than that, Jerry.
All right, what more? I have my idea. Hello, hold on, please.
Yes.
I have my idea. You give somebody idea what could make it much more.
I feel that the institutions and the people, the communities within that whole era, they have some responsibility as well.
No, some measures, some ideas. What are the ideas that could make it much more? What idea?
Ideas. We need the usual. We need work. We need education.
Hold on. When you say work, When you say work, you mean employment.
Employment, yes, sir.
All right. How could additional employment be generated?
Well, they are in the process of dismantling all the sugar plantations. I don't know to what extent some of those could be made available to people who want to plant food, both for the local market or wherever.
That was one of the main avenues that I was going to come to, but let I hear more what you say.
Well, the whole education thing.
No, you can't finish with the planting so quick, man. That's a great possibility. What you say can be done?
No, I'm saying the work, the land situation, the farming, education.
No.
Hello.
How the people going to get to be farmers now? Seeing that sugar factory and them thing they're scaling now. How the people going to get to be farmers?
Quite frankly, Jerry, I don't know.
No, man, it's easy for us to...
serious thing.
No, hello. It is easy for us to right here now sketch out a way that people... How people get to be farmers out of sugar land?
Well, first of all, there has to be an agreement that they will have access to those lands.
What you mean by access? Them can go on it and come off and go home at evening time?
Well, at least own it.
Of course, that is it. Nothing less than ownership is proper social intervention. But they want to do less than that, What is it that the government always try to do?
I don't know.
All right. Right nearby there, in the next part of St. Elizabeth, in Holland area, there's a sugar factory downscaling. What they're doing, they are leasing people land. Not making them own, leasing. And not leasing 5 acres, They're leasing a fraction of an acre. And you soon have to leave that. It's not you getting it. Is that meaningful social intervention?
No, sir, not at all.
So therefore, nothing less than land ownership is meaningful to me. When I don't know, you tell me your opinion. Nothing less than land ownership is meaningful social intervention by government. What do you think?
I agree with you, but there are some other things. The people need housing, they need education.
But you know that, hello, ma'am, hello, you know that government is not supposed to provide house to people?
Well, I suppose if they have the wherewithal, they can probably, they don't.
No, we're not talking about,
work with, you can buy your own house.
I'm not talking about if them have no wherewithal. Government in the modern world is not supposed to provide housing for people. People have been tricked into that idea that if you vote for a certain party, you must get a house. This is not right. Government, remember, government does things through the taxes that me and you pay now.
Yes.
Should me and your taxes be used to provide house to people?
Well, probably a certain number, but they can't.
No, all right, hold on, please. If it's a certain number, if it's only a certain number of houses,
their friends will get it.
Hold on. If it's only a certain number of houses our taxes can provide for people, who are the few people who go and get it?
Their friends.
Who is there? Who is there? They are who?
The politicians.
The politicians and those in office, yes. whether civil servant or other public servant politician, who they are connected with will get the house, and that is a corruption. Adams was being interviewed for 2 weeks straight on Profile. Did you see any of them?
Who is that?
Adams, Renate Adams.
Yes, I saw it yesterday, and I heard what he had to say.
Yes, he was penalized. Hold on, man. If you talk one time, the people are going to follow it.
That's true.
He was penalized during the 80s by the Siaga administration, which interfered with the police. No administration supposed to be interfering in the running of the police. Adams was interfered with because he charged some people with traffic offenses, and politicians came to him and asked him to drop the charges.
Yes.
So therefore, if you are connected, charges will be dropped against you even though you drive reckless. If you are connected, you will be provided with houses, even though the government not supposed to provide with houses. And if you are connected, you will lock up your 18-month-old baby in a car and she dead after 8 hours, and you will go free because you are connected to the police force, and the government want to stay in the good books of the police force.
Yes, sir. I hear what you have to say. But you know, there's another piece of information coming out of Westmoreland, and I wonder, I don't know if it's true or not. I understand that part of the reason why guns and ammunition are so available is because there's a roaring trade going on down at the waterfront where we used to have parties. Down at the waterfront, and that the Haitians, I hate they keep using the word, that the Haitians are exchanging guns for whatever.
Hold on, ma'am. Is it the Haitians are sailing to Westmoreland with the guns?
I don't know.
No. Hello, ma'am. It is not the Haitians sailing to Jamaica with the guns. It is Jamaicans and others going to Haiti, pick up the gun and sail, come around to Savlamar.
Yes, that is more accurate. I agree.
A Haitian cannot conduct gun trade in Jamaica. It's Jamaica that conduct it, and Haitian conduct gun sale in Haiti or exchange gun for meat. Meat is scarce in Haiti, and meat is... Farmers are being robbed of 200 head of goat. One farmer was robbed of 200 head of goat. That is more than $1 million worth of meat. And he was also killed along with another farmer because there's millions of dollars involved. And most of these gangs of goat thieves, they have police members in the gang, like most gangs of car thieves having police members in the gang.
Yes, Jerry, but we have to find a way out.
All right, hold on, ma'am. If me and you know a little scraps of the information,
yes,
we know that the police know much more on us, and the politicians know everything.
Yes. Yeah.
We must overthrow the PNP and the JLP.
All right, and we in Westmoreland means those institutions down there have to take responsibility. The church, the school, the families, whatever social institutions, if they don't do it, who is going to do it?
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Me and you cannot make the church take any responsibility. Me and you cannot make any other institution take responsibility. Only... Hold on, please, ma'am. Please listen to me, ma'am. The only people we can take responsibility is ourselves and other ordinary citizens in Westmoreland who we come in contact with. We can't make the church them do nothing. The only thing we can do is encourage the other citizens who live there, because there are other people like us there. And they must take action outside of the church, outside of the party, outside of the government, outside of the police force. Because those inside here are not going to do it.
Yes, Mr. Small, that's about what
I'm not discouraging you, ma'am. I am so encouraged.
No. I understand. No. I'm not discouraged.
I am so encouraged by your call.
I understand.
Yes, I'm so encouraged by your call, especially as somebody grew up there. Yeah. And there is where the revolution that started back, that resumed in 1938 after many years being dormant, is right there in Westmoreland, a few miles from Manning's High School it started.
Yes.
And Bustamante infiltrated it immediately. I'm telling you, every time you start something, when you go back to Savlamar and Manning's and them place and make contact with some of the people you know, and some meaningful links to start make, people going to try, people know you come down there, they're going to try and infiltrate between you and your friend too. But that mustn't stop you. Bustamante immediately infiltrated the people of Frome in 1938.
38, yeah.
And that is where the revolution gets infiltrated. But it is not going to stop, it is going to resume.
Well, it's pretty much much on the way.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Small. All the best.
Thank you very much, here, ma'am.
Okay.
Next call. Good morning. Welcome. Good morning and welcome. Are you there?
Yes, man. Me there.
You know that you're not going low. Hello, hear this now. You're not going. Hello. Keep quiet, little. Keep quiet, little. Pull the plug right away. Thank you very much. Have any more call? Okay, all right. Go and play a piece of music and we'll hear some people. Name Country Life. This one name. Country Life Raskabi. Thank you very much.
More people they are country than town. Some of them black and some of them brown. Them sweeter than sugar and them sweeter than spice. You never know the country people were so nice. Born and raised in Kingston City, as a youth I thought Kingston was the place to be. Until I powered up a country field, you check me granny. And catch a country bus out a halfway tree. You never know the country bus ride so nice. Like you never know the country bus ride so nice.
Yes, good morning and welcome to the program.
Yes, sir.
Oh, go on.
You know, so that's true. They have to play more than the thing there, you know?
No, man, we have to play it back, man.
Run it a little bit, man.
No, sir. All right. We'll run it up, eh?
Yeah, man. Run it a little bit.
All right, run it a little bit. Run it up.
Yeah.
More people they are country than town. Some of them black and some of them brown. Them sweeter than sugar and them sweeter than spice. You never know the country people were so nice. Born and raised in Kingston City, as a youth I thought Kingston was the place to be. Until I powered up a country field, you check me granny. And catch a country bus out a halfway tree. You never know the country bus ride so nice. Like you never know the country bus ride so nice. You're the driver. Span up, span up, span, span up, span up, span up, span, span up, span up, span up, span, span up, span up, span up, span, span up. Before me know it, me catch a country, be eating jelly under a coconut tree. Talking to a lady named Sister D. She tell me how country life I read. Me never knew the country life was so nice. Lord, me never knew the country life was so nice. It's sweeter than sugar and it's sweeter than spice. Me never knew the country life was so nice. When she done, she cook dinner for me. Roast bread, fruit, ackee, fish, and bami. And she
Yes, morning. Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, man. I tell you, that tune there remind me back, you know. I'm the first baby mother, you know.
Yeah?
Yeah, man. I got man, man. Yeah, man. Everybody surround you, you know.
Yeah.
I got things going on, you know. And you get key and you get everything, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, for the America, man. Country, yeah, what you talk about, man.
Yeah, man, I'm going to treat you good and want you to come back.
But I have to say, Raskabi.
Yes.
You know, in no drop out.
I don't think so. Remember, you know, he was living in America, you know. And he was a singer, and he was an actor, you know. He was an actor well known all from Broadway, you know, the place where he the most acting, you know. Stage acting,
yeah.
not movie acting. So after him was in Jamaica a little while, him go back there and him resume his career. But I don't hear lately in latter years. But I never hear of him pass anyway.
Yeah, cause a good singer, you know.
Yes, man, him very creative, man.
He never did a festival.
I think so, you know. I think now that you mention it, I think him did win a festival. I think so.
Yeah, I think he won a one festival.
Remember him did make all the music about discrimination. People now want to hire because they say them now want no long hair. No long hair Rasta need to apply.
Yeah, long hair Rasta.
No one no old nigga no Rastafari.
Yeah, that tune there, when he do that tune there, for the root. So, man, that takes that for the root tune, you know, with a Rasta.
Man. Him do a few more as well, though.
Yeah, for real. Yeah, man, a good singer, man.
I'm say, when him go away, him say, I'll never leave you, if I'm not leave Jamaica, but after that, him leave still.
Yeah, Jamaica, I'll never leave you again. Yeah, man.
I think I did win the festival, you know.
Yeah, man, win the festival. I still know you are the best, you know. James, man, I tell you.
Are you help me remember? Are you help me remember, man?
Yeah, man, you know, look like everything, man. But you see the kind I remember too about, you know.
Yeah.
But you you come like you have a back.
No, but I tell you that, you know, it's the self-education. It's the greatest. I admire educational institution. I admire so-called formal education. But self-education is the greatest. And how it works is when people go and learn something and then them consult with each other. Every day, you learn something, you teach yourself and you check back with the other person. I do the same thing. And you find you're sharp now, sharp now.
No come like street smart, man. Street
yes, sir.
Smart, no, the smart is smart.
Street university.
Yeah, street university. Because when a man street smart, you know, a man can just know what happening and move.
Yes, I see it.
Yeah, man, a man just know what happening and just move. And
you see it before it happens, yeah.
Yeah, you see it. Yeah, man. Then the day, you know, I go and listen, you know.
Yeah, man, but here this now, they talk about street smart. Oh, Buster is a man come from country, you know, like Norman Manley, you know. But him come nearer to town when Norman Manley people get broke. Them give up them big property in Manchester, porous there.
Yeah.
And him come a Spanish town, nearer to town, where them have a next smaller property. And them have cow and them things to pint and horse. And them cousin Buster, come find them with them there. Him look poorer than them, you know. Them have land, but them look poorer than them. Him come with spot them then and start help them with them cattle and with them horse. And them amongst them for a little while. Well, him left now, him go to town and little more him left and him start travel go foreign.
Yeah.
And him travel go foreign, go America, Panama.
Yeah, that makes most man so smart, you know. Not man know, you know, when you travel, you know, you get smart, you know.
Yeah, travel is a school to itself.
Yeah, man.
So now when him come back to Jamaica now, when how him end up at Cuba, you know, the Cuban authority and the American authority did afraid of Garvey. But Garvey, after him come out of prison, or before him come out of prison, after him come out of prison, him start spread in a Cuba, him organization start spread in Cuba, even before him going to prison. And the Cuban authority afraid of the black people now, for the first time the African in Cuba get a modern organization. So them all throw off the white Cuban from over them back. So the Cuban authority now along with the American gangster and investor in Cuba want somebody to go amongst the Garvey movement and the Jamaican and to find out what them do. So some Bustamante now become an informer of the Cuban police and go amongst the Garvey them and find out them business and tell about the Cuban and the American. Then after Garvey come back to Jamaica and follow Garvey come back to Jamaica to now to continue now build up film career upon top of Garvey.
Yeah.
So 1934-35 when the place start boil up and people start get rebellious. Bustamante start make him name by writing letter to the paper about every topic. Just like how you would have called or everybody would call and people say, boy, I'm like how the Brazilian call. So when the thing bust now, little before the thing bust out 1938, the black people said them not take no more of this low wages. Bustamante go friend up on a Garvey lieutenant who used to keep me down a park. Friend him up, St. William Grant. And beg him say, one time when you keep the meeting, I beg you talk off of the mic.
Yeah.
And I saw, but the people them usually run with Bustamante say, oh, you're nobody from red man. Oh, you're not from a red man, black people businesses. But George William, when name St. William Grant. St. William Grant tell people, say, no man, give him a talk, man. Give him a talk. Him know whole heap of thing and him can make, and him know of a crack joke. So Bustamante gradually start get talk on the black people platform. And as soon as the rebellion broke out in 1938 down at Savlama and people start war and say them not take no more, Bustamante leave town and go down there and tell the British government, say, me can get them people under control. And the British government give him the okay and him go amongst the sugar work and infiltrate them. And I get them to go back to work and stop them riot. And that's how him infiltrate the movement. That's why I tell you, anytime you start something, even if me start something today, you know so them will try boring right away. But that mustn't stop us from doing what we have to do. Because we're going to detect them. And then going to sorry when we detect them.
Alright, what you think them name all they put out a new ministry? Meaning the Constitution.
I'm glad you know. Explain.
No, for take hold of it, man.
Yes, to take hold of the development we are going amongst the people. They want to come try hijack it.
I understand. But Me do a research from Bustamante when me da Cuba, you know, me da Santiago.
You da Cuba, eh?
Yeah, me do a research from Bustamante. Bustamante come and send the police, a lie tell. Because the man them have a run back when they can run back. Say, no man when a born at Cuba can the police at Cuba.
Eh?
You understand? So that's a lie. So
but him no born at Cuba, him no born at Cuba, you know?
Yeah, him no born at Cuba. And him come back say, was police at Cuba.
Yes, him was not, him say he was a police inspector, but him lie, he was a police informer.
He was an informer, was not police, he was an informer. You understand? Because the research, no man, nothing is a born in America. Anyway, you have a born at Cuba, definitely.
Oh, I understand now, I understand, yes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, let me say, Bustamante, a liar. Any man will change all them name and all.
Yes, man, change them name and tell lie, won't change it.
Oh, original them. Bustamante come like when Yellow Man boss. Him go around the people them and get attacked. So Yellow Man boss, you know.
Yeah.
And so Bustamante boss. Just like how Jalai them been down at park all the while.
Aye. A good thing you know all Jalai and them man from them time, man. Good.
Yeah, man.
A good knowledge them there.
So man say wait. Yeah, man, give him a talk, man.
Yes.
And I saw him get attacked and he take up the brain for a long time, man. But them type of man there, you know. Always see them way there, you know.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Very slippery.
Yeah, man, because I see that state, you know.
Yes, sir. See, I go amongst the people, study them culture, eat out of them pattern thing, till they say, yeah, I want a woman, and not ask if him not use the knowledge. But the only thing him never publish, him publish him research of Kumina, him publish him research of revivalism, him publish him research of mental music and everything, but him never publish him research what him find out about Rastafari. It was one of the major studies him there. Keep that. But thanks a lot here, so we're going to take our next call.
Yeah, man, bless them.
One love. Next call, good morning.
Blessed morning, sir, smart.
Thank you very much, we're going.
Yeah, man, Midday, I said, no want to talk like Bustamante, but he's not a trickster like him still. Yeah, God. Even though the man is a big trickster, you know, once a man change their name, sir, smart. You understand? Not in it like how the way him do it.
Oh yes, different from an African who does say, boy, I don't want an English name.
Right, but he not change his name when he get Jamaica, you know. In go away and come back. So all who know him before.
Yeah.
They're gonna say the same man this now writing at the paper.
Yes.
And attack on social issues.
Yes.
And all this. Because chances are if them did know him in real name, say Ali Clark,
yes,
and maybe can trace back in background,
right,
and then they realize the Westmoreland connection with the Manly.
Yes.
Then chances are the black people wouldn't give in to him.
Yes, and Norman Manly boss some of the information, you know. When him come back, you know.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm a cousin named Clark and this and that. And
yeah, man, but the end of the day is in the year Blasway to infiltrate the Marcus Garvey trade union.
Yes.
But he used some of my money too.
Yes, he used the money too.
And then nobody can really study him story. Not study extensively on him, you know. I mean, I tell you, so the man, when he reached Cuba, I think at the West Indian regiment he was a part of.
I don't think so, but one thing though, from me a teenager, I get the information about him, you know. I take time, piece it together. And when me a teenager, I hear all thing about him from me a little boy. But when me about 18 now, I start get some more solid information about him.
You get the name Bustamante?
No, him claim say, him go Spain in the Spanish Civil War. I want Spanish general adapt him a lime tell.
Alright, let me tell you what me read now. Me read when he did the Panama, Alexandro Bustamante come to Panama and adapt him from Panama and bring to Spain. And he not him saying go to the police force.
Well, he will make up that too. Anyway, the Jamaican them migrate go. Anyway, the Garvey movement move, because the Garvey movement, that thing will follow with the Jamaican them there. Buster man take out the whole of them place and infiltrate them. Go in a bar, go buy drink. You know when man buy drink, people.
No, the lieutenant where you talk about when they are Jamaica when Marcus over foreign, you know. That brother that make Buster man to tell him say, listen man, me have the money, you understand? So if me ever come and be a part of it, me can help to push the trade unionism more with using my capital. If I can come and be a deputy, I would gladly spend and push the movement further.
Yeah,
and
all right. We're going to take time, piece together all of the information we have. And our next thing is this. When them invite him ask them if him can come to the union, and him gradually convince them. And when him go in there, him demands that they must make him treasurer.
Control the money. And similarly,
I don't say this man is the same as him. Similarly, when the Rasta house in a Scott Pass meet up in a problem, a hurricane, blow down all the tabernacle and them, and them not the money for build it up back. And next money man, after Rita Marley, after Bunny Whalers, and next money man, through music, come start help. And when him start help and him find out say man they are thief already, him demand say since man they are thief, I have to be made treasurer so that any money come through my hand that certain guy no get for thief again. And also same as says that he become treasurer of the Bingy House and little more him demands to be president.
We hear him story, man. We hear him story.
Don't you say the similarity? I don't say him is like Buster man, you know. But this is how money people take over people organization. And that's why I tell you, say, anytime you form any organization, there are going to be infiltrators right from the beginning, but that must not stop us from doing what we're doing.
So true. I go on international news before I run away, you know.
Yeah, go on, man.
Because I see happening about 2 days now or 3 days now with Russia, the border, Ukraine.
Yes.
And even last night, I hear breaking news like England put a lot of them cities on nuclear alert.
Yes.
You understand, which is very troubling for the world because getting over the pandemic and now going into whether it's war or rumors of war, because you know sometimes rumors of war are worse than war.
Yes, yes.
So any rumors of war or even war going to affect we greatly.
Yes.
Because you know a lot of things going to stop a lot of.
Yeah, man, nuclear, look at nuclear activity affect the whole world because it going to the atmosphere. So therefore all of these things including the burning of all kind of plastic, all of them things are going to affect the whole world. But I not fretting because I know all the fret where we might have fret, all the danger we in. We can't stop them from buck up in them nuclear confrontation. But what them want us to do now, each one of them want to take side with them. The Russian want little small country, them and the other country take side with them. The English want and American want people take side with them. And all of it is a war between one another to get more away upon them side. What they want to do is divert. We will not be diverted because though we is not cockroach, we're not business and a foul fight. We have to go in the midst of their conflict, that's where we must work out themselves. They have practiced division and rule against us. We will do it against them worse. Like how Haile Selassie practice divide and rule against them and work it against them worse than how them are work it for we.
So true.
I'll go to our next call here, so call back again during the program.
All right.
I'm interested to hear from you again. Thank you. Next call, please. Next call here. Good afternoon. Good morning and welcome.
Yeah, good afternoon, Bongo.
Well, go on, sir. You did just tell me about a busy signal. Hold on a man, I cut up, man. You just called me in the intermission and tell me say a busy signal birthday and Romeo and Virgo. Thanks very much for the information. I also call and congratulate Edwin Allen for winning the Costa Cup. And I go hold on, man. And I congratulate Kingston College for winning the Manning Cup. Go ahead, please. Thanks for the call.
No, it's Ben Francis Cup, Edwin Allen win.
Who win?
Ben Francis Cup.
Oh, Ben Francis Cup. Thank you. Correction. Not the Costa Cup. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, we are tuning into him, man. Blessed.
So you say business signal birthday today?
Yes, also Roman Virgo.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much for the information. Always good information. All the best here, sir. Yes, that's great. Yeah, man. Let us get back to Raskabi and we'll get back to some discussion. We don't even have to start from the beginning, but Raskabi, country life.
Never know say country people so nice. God, me never know say country people so nice. Them sweeter than sugar and them sweeter than spice. Me never know say country people was so nice. Me love Kingston all the same. But true crime and violence, it carry bad name. But when I was a boy, it was so nice. But now that I'm a man, me have to think twice. Country life is really nice. Me never knew the country life was so nice.
Yes, good morning and welcome.
Tell them when you to work at JUT.
No, pull it. We don't, it smell too stink. Not going to get no more chance. And we're going to pull him every time until him find out, say, don't bother try call here, sir. We're not afraid of him argument, you know. I can stand up to any argument of anybody about me. I can take any criticism. I can take any lie we want to tell from me. Don't afraid of it. But my friend them advise me and me love to take good advice from my friends. I don't even let them in. Yeah, man, I have some good brethren now. Country and town. I want to yell some of them too. All Mr. Brown. You have Mr. Brown by Gregory Isaacs. Give me a piece of Mr. Brown. The numbers are 619-1508. 619-1508 and 279-8473. 279-8473. Good morning, welcome.
Greetings, Bongo.
Oh, go on, sir.
But I'm doing my best in giving thanks, you know.
Yes.
And you?
Fine, man.
Give thanks and praise, man. Big up the family set speed.
Thank you very much.
Both yard and abroad, you know.
Oh, true, man.
And big up the countryman tune when you play, because you don't know.
Yes.
The town can't do without the country, you know.
No, sir.
Not true?
No way.
Rastafari, man, give thanks and praise.
Yeah.
I heard you was in a conversation with a brethren not too long.
Yeah.
About Bustamante.
Yes.
But he wanted to draw a similarity with the rising of Yellow Man.
Oh, yes.
But me don't know how come. Because I think Yellow Man case was a total different case.
Our tasty, was it a tasty case?
A tasty, no, well, different in the sense that a poor house in growing up.
Yeah.
You pick me up?
Yeah.
And what I know is that being an entertainer, when he go up on a mic and hold a mic, he was being scorned.
Yes.
You know? And it's not until he really come to prominence now that people want to kind of share mic with him and all them thing there.
Yes, yes.
And as you know, he don't have no family, you know.
No, that is it. This is probably two of the similarities or parallels that the caller want to make. Him identity change because I'm not grow up with him family, although Buster did grow up with him family for a long time. But him identity change, and also when he make it now, because I tell you, when him come back to Jamaica, Norman Man, they kind of blow up some of the falsehood of him they're talking and expose it. But afterward, Norman Man himself side back with him and start associate with him back and get bigger and labor leader. And Norman Man, they know him need a good lawyer. So anyway, they make up back and become a team. And also, there's another similarity, apart from the growing up, is that the caller was saying Yellow Man used to go amongst people and kind of make friends with them, even though they want to scan him, and go on till them get attacked. Because remember, when Bustamante went down a park first, people used to run him away. But him go on, make friend till one of the man tell the people him say, glow him, you know. So I kind of see the two little parallel, I say. But not exactly parallel.
But at the same time, while Yellow Man was entertaining the people, Buster entertained the Queen.
Yes, but him was a good joke. That's what I say earlier, you know. He know for chatting and he can chat him pat and him know for crack joke and thing. So yes, he might entertain the Queen, but he was a double entertainer. Him know for him walk with queens and yet him not lose a common touch.
And at the same time again, one was an entertainer and the other a deceiver.
Yes, what them call, them have a name for you. What them call them again? Oh, the name soon come back to me. Charlatan, yeah.
Yes, but the thing with the yellow man now, right? Because Mark, I'm not really licking the bread, or anything of the sort.
Yeah.
But the thing with the yellow man now was that people of his ilk were kind of quick to kind of criticize within the society.
Yeah.
But with the rising of yellow man, them get a lot of respect.
But so as I say, albinism is a human condition, skin condition, and more than skin, but it manifests in the skin. And albinism occur all around the world in every race, You have albino Chinese, you have albino white people too,
Yeah, true.
Because there's a lack of melanin in the skin and in the eyes.
Yes.
And it exists all over, but in Jamaica, because in the African continent, a lot of places in the African continent, an albino being born was seen by some to be some bad omen, or bad woman or bad sign.
Yes, and like a devil business.
Them used to abandon them, as baby, make them dead, left them all in the
Throw them away.
Yeah.
Throw them away.
So among the African people in Jamaica, there was a discrimination and a ridiculing of albino more than most other places in the world. So as you say, yellow man,
you don't say,
with
him
talent.
You have a rising of a next albino too.
Come again?
You have a rising of a next albino too,
You mean the professor?
No, purple man.
Oh. Never remember him.
Yeah, man, Channel 1 did really rise him up.
Yeah.
And rise him up to kind of go against yellow man,
Yes.
But yellow man prevailed.
As I talk about purple man, it reminds me of something.
Yes.
When I say, I congratulate in case if you win the Manning Cup.
Yes.
The school that I go JC, part of them school cheer was for them Latin. Most high school always have some Latin motto.
Yes.
So then use the motto in a them cheer and the next line rhyme with the motto, but in a little jocular way. So JC motto did say, fervet opus in campis. Yes. When we shoot, we never miss. But JC never practiced that motto. And therefore one of the penalty with them shoot. Them never miss, but they go too straight. Because if you shoot in a way where you no miss go out, when them say you miss a goal, it's usually when you kick outside of the crossbar or outside of the sidebar.
Kick it away.
But kick it away. But in this one now the man kick it straight in a goal, but too straight. And I ridicule my school, but
no,
you have to practice. If you have preach, say you're great. If you have preach, say you're great certain way. You have to practice. You have to practice your preach.
It's a very good effort because when I saw both of them in the finals, to be honest with you, I could not pick a winner.
You said them evenly matched?
Yeah, man. No,
well, the day is now evenly matched between afternoon and morning. 12 o'clock. Call me back in the second half. Call back in the second half.
I will do so, my brother.
I might have a sudden death.
All right, cool.
Thank you very much. 12 o'clock.
We'll be right back.
I'm Anthony Morgan with JI's Midday News for Monday, January 24. Coming up, Senate approves early retirement for JCF members. Agriculture Ministry announces strategies to tackle predial larceny and government working to settle incentive payment to RGD workers. The news in detail after the break.
Residents, business operators, become an agent of change in the fight against crime. Connect your outdoor security cameras to the Jamaica Eye program. Let's contribute to the safety of all communities. Connect your cameras facing a public space today. Your feeds will be secure and accessed only by a restricted team of vetted security professionals. You may discontinue at any time. Visit jamaicaeye.gov.jm and register today. A message from the Ministry of National Security.
Now the news. The call for Jamaicans to get the COVID-19 vaccine is being amplified in light of recent data showing that the majority of hospitalized COVID-19 patients, as well as those who have died from the virus, are unvaccinated. According to Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton, up to last Wednesday, 96% of the moderately ill patients in hospitals were unvaccinated. Another 95% of those severely ill and 86% of the critically ill were also unvaccinated. Additionally, about 99% of those who succumbed to the virus were not vaccinated.
The worst impact, hospitalization, and the most extreme death is largely, overwhelmingly, almost exclusively linked to persons who are unvaccinated. And I don't know if that message can be any clearer. You run a significantly higher risk of dying from COVID-19, particularly if you have other complications, if you do not have your vaccine.
Minister Tufton was speaking at a recent digital press conference. Up to noon on Friday, 1,279,090 doses of a COVID-19 vaccine had been administered across the island. Of that number, 656,608 were first doses, 525,516 second doses, and 79,921 were single doses. The government is working to resolve the payment of incentives owed to the staff at the Registrar General's Department RGD. This following a recent meeting between Minister without Portfolio in the Office of the Prime Minister, Floyd Green, and the management team at the agency. Minister Green undertook a tour of the RGD's head office in Twickenham Park, St. Catherine on Friday.
We will do everything in our power to ensure that they can get those payments in the shortest possible time. So this is a matter that has already been flagged with me. Clearly, I will escalate it to see what can be done to speed up the resolution of it, but the CEO and the team has presented a plan.
According to a report tabled in Parliament by the Office of the Auditor General, a total of $135.8 million is owed to staff in incentive payments for the period 2016 to 2019. Members of the Senate on Friday approved the Pensions Jamaica Constabulary Force Validation and Indemnity Act 2021. The bill seeks to validate the approval granted by the Governor-General for early retirement for members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF during the period February 13 to August 13, 2019. In piloting the bill, Minister without Portfolio in the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, Senator Matthew Samuda, pointed out that the legislation affects 23 officers who retired during the period.
Prior to April 1, 2018, a number of officers from the JCF applied for early retirement, having met the eligibility criteria of either attaining age 50 years or having completed 30 years in the JCF. In keeping with Section 56 of the Jamaica Constabulary Force Act, which is now repealed, which was in effect at that time for their application.
Mr. Samuda says the Pensions Public Service Act of 2017, which governs the grant and award of retiring benefits to members of the Government of Jamaica pension arrangement, including members of the JCF, came into effect on April 1, 2018. And Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Parental Charles Jr. says several strategies are being pursued to combat predial larceny going forward. Among them is the planned amendment of the Agricultural Produce Act to facilitate the effective regulation of trade and movement of agricultural produce. Minister Charles Jr. adds that the formation of effective farm watch groups, as well as sensitization and capacity building sessions with all stakeholders, particularly the judiciary, are also being undertaken.
The judiciary is going to be critical. Partnership with the Office of the Chief Justice and the Constabulary Force, so that you know how to deal and treat with the criminals when you capture them. And you know how to deal with those who are purchasing items, they themselves being now criminals.
Minister Charles Jr. was speaking at the Predial Larceny Jingle Competition Awards ceremony recently. He also noted that Jamaican farmers suffer losses of more than $5 billion per year due to predial larceny. That was JIS News. I'm Anthony Morgan.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
The station that makes you feel good.
I love the station. I think it's great.
My station.
Moving.
This is my station.
Moving. Keep it right here. Keep it right here.
Bess FM. Keep listening.
Live from NPR News, I'm Giles Snyder. The U.S. Supreme Court will revisit the issue of affirmative action in higher education. The court said today it will hear a challenge that renews uncertainty about decisions repeatedly upheld by the court for decades. NPR's Nina Totenberg reports.
The court's action puts affirmative action squarely on the potential hit list for the court's new conservative supermajority. At issue in the case are affirmative action programs from Harvard University and the University of North Carolina, one a private school, the other a state school. Both cases were engineered by Edward Blum, a former financial advisor and failed congressional candidate who similarly spearheaded a successful challenge to the 1965 Voting Rights Act. In this case, he likely has 6 allies, the 3 Trump appointees and the other 3 conservative justices, all of whom have consistently voted to strike down affirmative action programs in higher education. Nina Totenberg, NPR News, Washington.
NATO sending more forces to Eastern Europe ahead of a possible Russian invasion of Ukraine. And NPR's Frank Langford reports Britain is starting to withdraw staff from its embassy in Kyiv after the U.S. said it's ordering families of all American embassy personnel to leave the country.
UK officials say about half their staff in Kyiv will return to Britain. The European Union, however, says it will keep staff there for now, saying it did not want to, quote, dramatize the tensions. Meanwhile, NATO is sending more fighter jets and warships to the region. NATO Chief Jens Stoltenberg cited the, quote, deteriorating security situation. Russia's Deputy Foreign Minister Alexander Grushko condemned the NATO deployments as demonizing Russia. About 100,000 Russian troops are at the Ukrainian border. Moscow has demanded NATO guarantee it won't expand its membership to Ukraine, but the government says it's not planning to invade. Frank Langford, NPR News, Belgrade.
With NATO putting extra forces on standby, NPR has confirmed that President Biden is considering sending up to 5,000 U.S. troops to Eastern Europe to counter Russia. The Beijing Olympic Committee says 39 Olympic attendees have already tested positive for the coronavirus upon landing in Beijing. How China manages infections during the Winter Games will be a test for the country's health policies, as NPR's Emily Fang reports.
In addition to those who tested positive at the airport, more than 30 other Games attendees have tested positive since entering Olympic facilities in China, where they will live, eat, and compete during the Winter Games. All who tested positive will be taken to Chinese hospitals and treated there in isolation. Athletes who test positive are barred from competing until they can provide negative COVID test results for 2 days in a row.
Losses on Wall Street putting the benchmark S&P 500 in what's called correction territory. The S&P's declines in morning trading have put the benchmark down more than 10% from the high it set earlier this month. This is NPR News. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin is facing a new legal challenge over the executive action he took that's aimed at letting parents opt out of school mask mandates. 7 school districts have filed a legal challenge today. A separate challenge was filed last week by a group of parents. The White House says Vice President Kamala Harris is expected to promote a $15 billion plan to replace drinking water pipes that contain lead. Chuck Wormbach of member station WUWM reports that Harris is scheduled to make a stop today in Milwaukee.
The recently passed bipartisan infrastructure law will bring millions of federal dollars to Milwaukee, and the Biden administration recently announced a priority on replacing lead pipes and removing lead paint as ways to reduce the health threat of lead in homes. Carroll University political scientist Lily Gorin says the vice president promoting infrastructure spending is not a hot-button issue, but it does highlight hope and progress.
That this is accomplished, and now we're going to, shovel-ready projects and moving all this stuff forward.
Vice President Harris is also expected to talk about union employees doing the work of replacing lead pipes. For NPR News, I'm Chuck Quirmbach in Milwaukee.
A high school in Michigan where 4 students were fatally shot reopened to students and staff today. The shooting happened at the end of November. 6 other students and a teacher were injured. A fellow student is charged with murder and other crimes. His parents are also facing charges. I'm Giles Snyder. This is NPR News.
This message is brought to you by the NPR Coffee Club. A subscription brings fresh roasted coffee directly to your door. And you can also give a gift subscription to the NPR superfan in your life. Learn more about our new NPR blends by visiting us at nprcoffeeclub.org.
Best 100 FM encourages everyone to wear their mask, wash hands, and practice social distance. Vaccine is your choice. Be safe.
What should a taxi service do for you? On-Time Taxi Service is more than just a ride to the other side of town. They offer clean and spacious vehicles, reliable service, and promise to always look out for their customers. They'll come when you call and take you where you want to go on time.
Call us at 926-3866.
We are something special on the road.
Half a tree, one and drive, half a tree. Bossy, how you do I take taxi star?
Jano, I want to tell you, say, at 2 months now, my transmission mash up, and I check everybody and can't hear nothing positive.
You hear me? You waste all that time I shop around and never call the experts. Winters Auto have them. Them have over 35 years of experience and them diagnose the problem and get back your transmission brand new. For them service excellent and efficient. Trust me, man. You hear me? Call them at 929-7040 or go to them at 106 Maxfield Avenue, Kingston 13 and talk directly to the boss. Just tell them I'm me send you.
Wow, you big star. Yeah, man, respect my boss.
I try calling you, cause trust me.
Waiters Auto Spares and Repairs, good afternoon.
Ah, what a relief.
Bess FM 100 on your dial. Keep
For a
listening.
better choice in all your electrical supplies, A, authorized 3M dealer and better brand names. B, better service including free island-wide delivery. C, all major credit and debit cards accepted. It's ABC Electrical Sales. Shop number 8, Hagley Park Plaza, Kingston 10. Open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. We make your electrical jobs as easy as ABC. Call 754-382-528 or fax 754-3659. ABC Electrical Sales, for a better choice.
Live the life. Respect the music. And keep your radio locked in.
Best 100 FM.
Easy! Let not your hearts be troubled. Just believe in God Almighty and daily renew the mind. As we live in this time when fake is more valued than real, lies prefer the truth, the unnatural put above the natural. This is Lady Donna, aka Double D Don, with a new song, Almighty Jah, encouraging your people to keep the faith. God will make a way. Get your copy today. It's on all digital platforms. Lady Donna Official on Instagram, Facebook, AsujaRecords.com. For bookings, Asuja Record Label at Gmail. Almighty Jah! Praise him, praise him, praise him, praise him, praise him. And the name of Jive, it I'm here. And the name of Jive, it's here. So them evil, so them lie, so them corrupt. Scheming and them planning, but we not give up. Jehovah and the one way I put me up. Him and the Father we put it first. Dan Jaja, Jaja they done with the name Dan Jaja, super cat him come and then you with Dan Dada. They done shit there. Dan Mama, wicked and evil, Jack come for slaughter. Cool with in the way and the whole scripture. I live all faith and night and the only water.
Wagwan.
Guten Tag. Buongiorno.
We are
The Kingstones.
I think I love you best FM because you're better than the rest of them. It's so amazing how I love you best FM because you're better than the rest of them.
This is Madam Michelle, and I want to take time out to big up all our artists link up, kings and queens. Artists link up, one link.
When I'm in town, I tune into Best 100 FM. ALU with Madam Michelle every Monday at 6 p.m. This is some of the best music. This program is sponsored by Gel Music Records, Kalonji Music, and Bad Bull Productions.
Madam Michelle was born playing music
on Best FM 100.
It's good, it's better, but nothing beats.
Welcome back to the program. We're into the second half of the program, you know. Second half of the program after midday. And today is Monday, the 24th of January. Monday, the 24th of January. And as I was saying, it was so nice as usual, and yet not so often lately, getting to travel to the country, round and about, near and far, sometime near, sometime further. And several people want to yell, but I'm going to yell back a special set of data, 4 of them. That is daughter Avril, and Empress Miki over there in St. Leonard. Daughter Avril and Empress Miki over in St. Leonard. And Empress Janet there in Montego Bay. And Miss Thompson in Kingston, 4 of them. Yeah, man. And we have some more brethren and sisters. One I brethren down a Whitehall in a compound there. Them call him Cock, otherwise Radcliffe Alcock. Radcliffe Alcock. I want to tell you, say, a man Jack you're a distant relative, you know. A man Jack you're a distant relative. And him's a near neighbor, next good sister of mine. Dassa, right there in a Whitehall. Dassa. Like how Dassa and my next sister here, Fiona, in a Trinell. Fiona. In a Trinell, all them district of a compound. Yeah, man, so Yelcock and Dassa, him neighbor. Fiona. And Mr. Brown, Farmer Brown, Junior Brown.